Welcome back. Ankit and I are back with this special broadcast, and of course focus will be on the numbers that you can see on your television screens. We will be joined by our managing editor and Kiran Rijiju, the first union minister to speak so far, shortly. But first up, Ankit, should we go straight to the BJP headquarters?
Absolutely. But just before we do that, this is the first time since morning that the Bharatiya Janata Party and the NDA has crossed 300 mark. For the first time at this moment, the BJP is standing at 301. That's an important psychological mark that the BJP and NDA would have wanted to cross. If not 400, people had started questioning whether it will be they'll cross 300 or not. At least at this moment, the NDA stands at 301. India Alliance 222 right now. BJP adding one more there because last Maria, when I had seen the results just about half an hour back, 71 seats were under the margin of 5,000 votes, out of which 21 the Bharatiya Janata Party was leading and 50 seats the Gathbandhan was leading. That means that the vulnerability of the Gathbandhan is more on those 50 seats for that result to be added. So at this moment at least, the BJP and the NDA moving past that 300 psychological mark at 301.
Yes, let me go straight to Vedant, who's joining us live from the BJP headquarters at Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg. Some cheer now, Vedant, or are you of the opinion that there are no reasons for the party, and will we be seeing some celebration perhaps in the evening? Because whatever said and done, Prime Minister Modi is returning with he's going to be the Prime Minister again.
That's right, Maria. In fact, some celebrations now here with the Karyakartas gathering. In fact, the BJP headquarters, the mahal, as they say, was rather subdued in the past couple of hours. But, crowds gathering, Karyakartas coming. In fact, interesting visuals here. People from across the nation have come because, as you said, whatever said and done, the Prime Minister is all set to form the government, is all set to return for a record third term. So, that, of course, is a reason to celebrate for the BJP Karyakartas. In fact, let me get in a word from a young BJP Karyakarta here. तो आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
मैं दिल्ली से ही हूँ.
जी.
I am.
अच्छा, तो ये बताइए कि जितनी आज यहाँ पर सेलिब्रेशन तो हो रहा है, जितनी उम्मीद थी उतनी सीटें नहीं आई.
नहीं, अभी भी हमारे पे समय है और हो सकता है कि हम और सीटें लेके आए. अभी तो ये शुरुआती आंकड़े हैं जो आ रहे हैं.
शुरुआती तो खैर नहीं, मगर आप ऑप्टिमिस्टिक हैं. आप बताइए आज किस तरीके से पार्टी सेलिब्रेट करेगी यहाँ पर? पीएम फिर से गवर्नमेंट आप लोग फॉर्म कर रहे हैं, लेकिन एलाइज का जो से है वो ज्यादा रहेगा. कहीं ना कहीं आपको लग रहा है कुछ असेसमेंट में गलती हुई लीडरशिप से? कहाँ पर आपको लगता है चूक कहाँ पर रहेगी?
आई डोंट थिंक असेसमेंट में कोई गलती हुई है. असेसमेंट सही रहा. ठीक है, 400 पार नहीं हो रहा है जो अभी तक दिखाई दे रहा है, बट आई एम वेरी मच होपफुल कि बीजेपी आराम से 272 क्रॉस करेगी और एनडीए आराम से 320 और 330 के आसपास.
आप कहाँ से? वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम?
मैं तमिलनाडु से हूँ और ऐसे बाहरी जिला से आया हूँ.
अच्छा, तमिलनाडु से. आप ही बताइए, काफी मैं साउथ के कार्यकर्ता से मैंने बात करी, कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट है, क्योंकि जैसे बीजेपी चाह रही थी कि कहीं ना कहीं कुछ डेंट कर सके, वो नहीं हो पाया.
देखिए, जहाँ पर साउथ के अंदर आप देखोगे तो एडीएम के है और एक करुणानिधि की पार्टी है और एक आपका क्या नाम है उसका, जयललिता की पार्टी है. वहाँ पर उन दोनों का गढ़ होने के बाद ही बीजेपी वहाँ पर अपना गढ़ बनाया और वहाँ पर
गढ़ नहीं बना पाई ना.
देखिए, जब भी एक सीट तो आपकी ला रही है, अभी तो एक सीट आ रही है. आप सोचिए, जहाँ पर पानी में एक भी मछली नहीं थी, वहाँ पर एक मछली अगर जिंदा हो रही है तो धीरे धीरे पार्टी जिंदा हो रही है.
So Maria and Ankit, some sense of optimism here, and certainly, as I said, what seemed to be like a very dull and subdued sort of a BJP headquarters a few hours back, in fact a couple of hours back, now of course Karyakartas gathering and they're building up to the Prime Minister's victory speech in the evening. Maria.
Yeah, a quick one, please go ahead.
The thing is that Vedant, the fact remains, of course, the target that was set, and that is why it seems that, the 298, 299, they are not as enthusiastic, but the fact remains that it is a third consecutive victory for the NDA and for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a third return. So it's not a mean feat by any margin, but the fact remains at this moment that the kind of celebrations that the BJP Karyakarta and even the people are used to, maybe in that comparison, the BJP headquarters seems little mellowed down this time.
You're absolutely right, Ankit. In fact, I remember being at the BJP headquarters when the assembly elections took place in Karnataka, and by this time it was, the celebrations were really sort of high voltage. There were dhols, laddus all the way. But that kind of celebration that we are used to, as you said, is perhaps not something that we're seeing this time around. Nevertheless, of course, the Safa Bandi is happening here. All of them are wearing saffron pagdis. So that's interesting. Let me get in a word from the. आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं?
हम लोग दिल्ली से ही हैं, रोहिणी साइड से।
दिल्ली में तो 7 सीटें लग रहा है बीजेपी जो है वो जीतेगी, पर यहाँ पर जो माहौल है, जो भाजपा के हेडक्वार्टर्स हम ज़्यादातर देखते हैं, जो आपने उम्मीद करी थी, जो उम्मीद लेकर चले थे, उतना बीजेपी नहीं कर पाई, तो क्या कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कुछ चूक रह गई?
देश, देखिए, ये देश 140 करोड़ लोगों का देश है। एक कोने से लगे दूसरे कोने पे पता नहीं लगता कहाँ से कहाँ हिंदुस्तान शुरू होता है। ये जो गिनती चल रही है, पूरा बहुत बड़ा देश है, बहुत बड़ी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी होती है, कई राउंड की गिनती है। जैसे वेट एंड वॉच वाली स्थिति है, धीरे धीरे देखेंगे कमल खिल रहा है और सवेरा निकल रहा है।
तो वेट एंड वॉच वाली स्थिति है,
और बहुत कंफर्टेबल मेजोरिटी है, अभी 300 के करीब चल रहा है। और एनडीए भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिसके नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं मोदी जी कर रहे हैं, मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में, अमित शाह जी के नेतृत्व में, जेपी नड्डा जी के नेतृत्व में हम बहुत कंफर्टेबल मेजोरिटी की तरफ जा रहे हैं। ये देश राम का है, ये देश कृष्ण का है।
So thank you very much. So optimism here certainly, but some degree of caution as well, Ankit, because I saw all these BJP karyakartas sort of huddling around, watching very cautiously the leads there. But you have the flags out and karyakartas gathering, dhols out as well. In fact, that man holding the Prime Minister's sketch there as well. So interesting visuals that have started, that we are starting to witness here at the BJP headquarters.
272 is the majority mark, and the BJP and NDA is right now at 298. This is a government which is returning to power after 2 terms. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has created history. It's about the swearing in and the process of government formation, which is going to begin any moment now.
Right.
But there is a great degree of, I would say, silent optimism. Not too much of celebration, which is unlike the party, but because the party is used to massive landslide victories. How is the party reading this? Perhaps Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister, will be joining us shortly with Nikunj to give us more assessment on that.
It's also very interesting. Like you've been saying that, of course, the third government, I mean, it's not easy. It's seldom happened after Prime Minister Nehru that, the successive government a third time has come back. The fact also remains that this is possibly the first time that we are seeing that both the alliances, the winning alliance and the losing alliance, their vote share is more than 40%. At this moment, it's BJP and the NDA is at 46%, if I'm not mistaken, and the India alliance is at 42%. And apart from that, it is what a usual Indian election has been. It is going back to the 1998 and post-election, other than the unusual elections that we have seen in 2014, one-sided 2019 kind of an election.
Yes, Hilal, what does it speak, tell us about the Indian voter, their psyche?
They're basically committed to the idea of democracy. So they are actually, two things are clear in this election. One, that this is not a wave election, this is highly localized, state-wise election. That's why Odisha and Andhra Pradesh are outliers. They come out with a very different sort of a verdict. But at the same time, you see that there was something called one kind of, obviously Mr. Modi is going to form the government. That's more important. Third time, that's also historic. After Jawaharlal Nehru, that's the third time. And very similarly, if you compare 1962 election with this election, you find a lot of similarities. Numbers are going down, percentages of vote share is also going down.
We have Kiren Rijiju, Union Minister, joining us. Okay, he'll be joining us in 30 seconds because he's being mic'd up, and he has won with a huge margin, so perhaps he has reasons to celebrate, quite unlike several ministers who have...
That's what I was saying. May I add, among the few cabinet ministers who have retained and have won with a big margin.
Yes.
Also Anurag Thakur, who has won Hamirpur, he's increased his margin there as well. Most of the ministers have been struggling. Hilal, please go ahead.
Yeah, this is what I was saying, that it's a typical Indian election where people express their vote, their verdict in a variety of different ways. For instance, Karnataka, they look at what has happened in Karnataka. Congress just got the assembly, but at the same time in the Lok Sabha they are behaving very differently. So Indian voter knows very well the difference between national election and the local election. This election actually underlines that fact very well.
And Indian voter also believes in creating opposition.
Absolutely.
It's a strong message that's
Yes,
coming in from this kind of
absolutely,
work.
yeah.
You know, like I said, both the targets which were set by both the opposition and also the NDA, 400 par is not happening and the 295 is also not happening.
Not
but the
happening,
Indian
yes.
voter has given something to smile to both. These, in fact, groupings. India Alliance and the Congress Party, after the drubbing that they saw in the last 10 years, they are back and the opposition will be a much stronger opposition in the next 5 years.
And the opposition space, and as to which party is the fulcrum of opposition unity,
very clear now.
that is also settled.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's very, very clear now
After
that there are no
vision.
questions on the Congress
Congress
party
party's future
leading the
and the
opposition. But, you know, very, very interesting. And I just, if I can get, Nishtha in
yes.
on this. Nishtha, this, like we've been talking about the voter patterns, how intelligent the Indian voter is. Look at Uttar Pradesh and contrast it with Bihar.
Yeah.
In Uttar Pradesh, it's an election which has been turned on its head. I mean, this is the story of this election, the way Samajwadi Party and the Congress have been able to, and largely on the back of the Samajwadi Party. But you go to a neighboring state of Bihar, there have been gains, but not as significant gains. RJD and, led by
Just
Tejasvi
eight,
Yadav,
yeah.
have
Just
been
4 to 5.
the kind of high decibel campaign that they have, high energy campaign, have not translated into the kind of success that Samajwadi Party has been able to translate in Uttar Pradesh.
It is pure arithmetic at work in Bihar because of this tripod political situation there. So when two parties come together, it's very natural that the third party, which is also a very strong party, whichever that party is. So let's call them XYZ. So when X and Y get together, Z has to suffer. It is as clear as that. UP, the situation is very, very different. UP, the voter keeps you on your toes. The UP voter is like this diva, beloved, in the courtly love tradition. Let me get literary here, which has many suitors and it chooses and punishes.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It chooses and it punishes. So the voter is extremely, and I've been maintaining it, that the voter is not just vulnerable, it is also very punishing because it
May I ask
knows.
you one question?
It
From
knows
your
how
home
to
state,
do
Bihar.
it.
Yeah,
How
I'm
does it-
surprised.
how does it change the equations within the NDA? Till yesterday, we were talking about the speculation of a change in the chief ministership, Nitish coming to the center with the kind of numbers that JDU has been able to get. How does it change the situation within the NDA?
I'm just trying to understand that here is a state which has, which was not relying too much on the Kurmi 6%, which is Nitish Kumar's, contribution to this alliance. The Modi factor led to Nitish Kumar's gains in assembly elections which happened in 2020. And it's a complete reversal right now, Hilal. That's what we are staring at in the state of Bihar. And look at the neighboring state of Uttar Pradesh, where you have a situation in which Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party, has come up with its best performance ever. And here, the arithmetic was not in their favor.
Yeah.
The arithmetic was purely in favor of the NDA, but it is about the expansion of social engineering. The social engineering which has been done in the state of Bihar. Tejasvi Yadav managed to carry forward that narrative of, unemployment. He said 5 lakh नौकरियां मैंने दिलवाई हैं. In the other state, it was again the same issue, but then Akhilesh Yadav managed to convince the voters much more.
Akhilesh's PDA
Yes,
worked and
but
Tejasvi's BAP did not
BAP did
work
not
on
work.
the ground.
Yeah, because I think, in my view, that's why this is called the return of the state politics. Earlier, we often talk about wave election, but even during the time of wave election, it was highly state-centric. Now there is a return of the state-centric politics, both for both the coalitions. So it would be interesting to see how the state leaders, because they are now they are more powerful relatively, not the central leadership. So they will bargain. The equation was very different when Mr. Modi was leading the NDA in the previous government.
this is quite an interesting graph that we are showing at this moment. It tells you versus 2019 and 2024, and we were talking about this right from the word go when the election, in fact, the whole process started. That India, and that is why stats were against them. That you need a massive swing to try and even counter the BJP.
Yeah.
The gap was so huge that forget winning, even to be in contention, you need a massive swing. That a 19% swing is an unusual swing by all standards,
And-
by any psephology.
Ankit, let's go straight to Aishwarya, who's joining us from a place where it's a done deal. Everything
Yeah.
is settled. It's only a matter of 5 days when Chandrababu Naidu takes oath. Where is Mr. Naidu, and what about his son?
Well, right there, just across this road is the residence of Chandrababu Naidu. He is there at his residence meeting several of the leaders. There are multiple cars that are lined up to go inside Chandrababu Naidu's residence to meet him, because he is the man who had one-sided swing the entire elections, whether it is the assembly polls or the Lok Sabha polls this time in Andhra Pradesh. One-sided victory for the NDA. And certainly over here, what we saw earlier is Pawan Kalyan's convoy. Also, Chandrababu Naidu met him and congratulated him. What we know so far is that it would be 9th of June when Chandrababu Naidu will be taking oath as the Chief Minister. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Home Minister Amit Shah already had spoken to Mr. Naidu and congratulated him. It was also Prime Minister Narendra Modi who could be in attendance on June 9th as far as the oath-taking ceremony is concerned. But on the other side, it
Aishwarya,
is...
TDP workers have much to celebrate
yeah.
today. If you could just show us around what is really happening at the residence of the incoming Chief Minister.
Let me show you these visuals around. As far as the workers are concerned, they are gathered outside Chandrababu Naidu's residence, and there were firecrackers that were bursting all since morning. There you can see MLC's cars and MLA's cars also now coming out from Naidu's residence. It was Pawan Kalyan who met Mr. Chandrababu Naidu a short while back and congratulated them on a victory. This is an NDA victory in the Assembly as well as the Lok Sabha polls. One-sided victory as we speak. Chandrababu Naidu is expected to go to the party headquarters. There are a lot of supporters who are waiting to see him. As far as the leader is concerned, and it would be fourth time that he would be taking oath as the Chief Minister. There you can see also the supporters over here who had been waiting and been celebrating. If there are some supporters, I can go across. How do you see this victory?
సూపర్ విన్నింగ్ చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాను. టీడీపీ రానందుకు చాలా గర్వంగా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాను. ఓట్స్ అన్ని చాలా ముఖ్యమైనవి అందరివి, అవన్నీ గెలిచినందుకు నేను ఆనందపడుతున్నాను.
Well, there are several other leaders who could be also coming in. As far as as far as YSRCP is concerned, Mr. Jagan Reddy is going to tender his resignation at 4 p.m. He had sought time from the governor itself, because as far as the Lok Sabha polls are concerned, they have been reduced to 4. On the other side, in the assembly polls as well, they have gone past the majority mark and assured their victory. Certainly, yellow is all around as far as Chandrababu Naidu's residence and the TDP headquarters are concerned. It is workers from the TDP, from the Bharatiya Janata Party, and also from the Jan Sena who had arrived and they were celebrating out together. We will also go across to some of the leaders who are coming out from Chandrababu Naidu's residence. After meeting him, we will speak to them as well as far as what they think of this victory, and the numbers that they have got as far as the development politics is concerned. They assured the people. A lot has been talked about. Remember Amravati as well as to declare it as the capital of the state as well. So we'll go across over here to one of the leader who just met Chandrababu Naidu. Sir, a resounding victory for the TDP. This was expected. The numbers that have come, one-sided, complete landslide.
Yeah, see, in 2019, The 23 is a surprise to us. Now the below 22 YCP is a surprise. The landslide victory, totally the credit goes to the public, who has suffered a lot in the hands of the YCP, now taking a decision. Secondly, the combination with the Janasena and BJP is a big hit in Andhra Pradesh.
Sir, you just met Chandrababu Naidu. What is his plans as far as he's coming to meet the workers at the party headquarters? What time it would be? And 9th of June is something what we are expecting him to take oath?
Today, Chandrababu Naidu's arrival to party is still undecided.
Okay.
Because he is talking with BJP leaders and other NDA leaders regarding future course of action. And he has got some political assignment here.
Okay.
So he is coming to party office today. His remote chances are there. Even if he comes before 6 o'clock, he cannot come.
Okay.
And the 9th is the oath taking ceremony day.
That has been finalized. Prime Minister and Home Minister both have spoken to him as far as...
Yes, the Prime Minister we don't know, but Amit Shah has spoken to him. The time is 11 o'clock 53 minutes.
All right. So that was one of the MLC coming out from Chandrababu Naidu's residence, spoke exclusively to us. He had confirmed to us that Home Minister Amit Shah had just spoken to Mr. Naidu. Prime Minister also spoken to him a short while back.
Okay.
And it would be 9th of June when Chandrababu Naidu will be taking oath as the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh.
One simple line about politics, Indian politics, never write anybody's obituary. 20 years from 2004 to 2024, what a comeback for Chandrababu Naidu, not only in the state politics, but at the national level as well. My colleague Sam Daniel is also with us at this moment. Sam, Tamil Nadu was a keenly contested state. This is the state where the Bharatiya Janata Party was hoping to make inroads. If till yesterday you would have believed the exit poll, it seemed that there was a lot of cheer for the BJP. On the ground today, the situation seems to be different. AIDMK was completely written off. They are not the story to be written off with that ease.
That's right. Many questioned the exit poll results that gave around 3 to 4 seats for the BJP, Ankit. But as we speak now, it looks like the ruling DMK in Tamil Nadu is all set to repeat its 2019 sweep. The DMK and its allies are leading at least in 38 of the 39 seats in Tamil Nadu. I come to you from the DMK headquarters where an hour ago they were bursting of crackers out of celebration here, and Chief Minister M.K. Stalin could come here around 5 o'clock. And yes, in many of the constituencies, interestingly, the BJP comes number 2 as we speak now. Contrary to expectations that the key fight is between the two Dravidian arch rivals. But while not a single leader from AIADMK or the BJP have won, at the moment, BJP ally NDA, PMK's Soumya Anbumani from Dharmaburi is leading. So if she manages to continue this trend, she may end up winning. In that case, the NDA may have 1 seat winning. As things stand now, but that will again reflect, we should make it clear, there's no seat for BJP or for the other Dravidian arch rival here, the AIADMK. And all the big names, including Annamalai, the Tamil Nadu's BJP chief, the governor turned politician, Tamilisai Soundararajan, Union Minister Murugan, all of them are trailing. Some, of course, number 2, for instance, Tamilisai and Annamalai in Coimbatore have come number 2.
Okay.
And the larger picture, of course, is whether this is any cheer for the ruling DMK. Yes, for the second time they managed to retain the formidable alliance. But for 10 years already they've been without power at the centre, and now it appears that they would have to wait for one more time. Let's speak to a party worker here. How do party workers feel about these numbers?
We are so excited. We are so happy about it. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our leader, my Talaivar M.K. Stalin, because this victory is completely the...
But still, the Congress or India alliance is not forming the government. Is that a disappointment for you?
No, it's not. We are in alliance. We are on India alliance only. If you go, the central government is forming, we are definitely in alliance. We are in form the government. We are in the government. Right. Just what we are very happy about it. In cricket and politics, anything will happen. Wait and watch. Definitely, we will form the government.
You will form the government?
Yeah, definitely we will form the government. Anything will happen. Anything will happen.
Okay, some ray of hope for them still that the India Alliance could form the government. But otherwise, it's a big day for the ruling
Tamil
DMK
Nadu
here.
to
A clean sweep
Uttar
there.
Pradesh, where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has just put out
Story
a
of this
tweet.
election.
And this could very well be the giant slayer of this election, Kishori Lal Sharma. She has put out a picture with him, and I would ask the producer to put that on the... Yes, that is the picture with a message. किशोरी भैया, मुझे कोई कभी शक नहीं था, मुझे शुरू से यकीन था कि आप जीतेंगे, आपको और अमेठी के मेरे प्यारे भाइयों और बहनों को हार्दिक बधाई. So that is the message coming from Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Tanishq, the picture has come, and the Election Commission website is showing that Smriti Irani is trailing by 91,000 votes.
Yes, Maria, the picture has come, and of course the larger picture is of course getting clearer as you know the time passes by. Of course, the biggest surprise here in Uttar Pradesh, where you know it was expected around 68, 69 seats, 67 seats by the BJP in many of the exit polls. It seems like the BJP is having a tough time crossing the halfway mark. But again, too soon to say anything, because on a lot of seats, the margin, you know, there's a very close fight going on a lot of seats. So anything can happen. But you know, yes, as you said, KL Sharma could be the giant slayer of this election. It was in 2019 when Smriti Irani defeated Rahul Gandhi from there, and then in 2024 Rahul Gandhi contesting from Raebareli, from where he is currently leading, and KL Sharma in his place. You know, if I talk about the campaign of KL Sharma, you know, there was of course a lot of confusion till the very last day of nomination that who will be fighting from Raebareli, and it was not until the morning of the last day of the morning of the last day of the nomination where KL Sharma's name came up that he will be contesting. After that, Priyanka Gandhi was campaigning very heavily in both Raebareli and Amethi. She first started, you know, at Fursadganj airport where the whole Gandhi family landed. Priyanka Gandhi left straight from Fursadganj airport.
And the message that is there coming in from that picture, carefully chosen by Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, is that here is a humble party worker of the Congress party.
A similar tweet.
Remember the kind of conversation there was around when
the chat.
Tanish, I'm just coming to you. That, you know, Smriti Irani was also, BJP wanted Rahul Gandhi to fight from this, a rematch sort of a thing. And a lot of journalists also questioned the Congress party. Why did you not do that at that moment? The Congress said that this was a trap being laid by the BJP. We don't want both our star campaigners, Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, to be trapped in this local battle. And Hamara Karyakarta will take on the Smriti Irani.
And she is saying, Kishori Bhaiya, I had faith in you. He is the campaign manager. He was the campaign manager of Rahul Gandhi. And
in fact, interestingly, Maria, I'll tell you, in 2019 election, when Rahul Gandhi lost the election, last time in 2019, Smriti Irani was, of course, the giant slayer, defeated Rahul Gandhi. A lot of blame for Rahul Gandhi's defeat went to Kishori Lal Sharma. A lot of local leaders blame Kishori Lal Sharma that it was his management, that because of that, Rahul Gandhi lost that election.
I want to understand what would be going on in the mind of Kishori Lal Sharma, Tanishq. You spoke to him that day and your video went viral.
Yes, of course. You know, he seemed like a humble man, and of course he did take pride that he has been connected to the party for a very long time, and he said he always said that he knows Amethi and Raebareli better than anybody else. But of course, you know, at the same point of time, he made it very clear that he will take the party affairs in, you know, he will take everything very seriously, which he of course did. You know, the Priyanka Gandhi was campaigning very heavily in Amethi and Raebareli, and you know, if I would say, well, 60% of her campaigning was in Raebareli and the remaining was in Amethi. If you look at the whole 10 to 12 days or 15 days of campaigning that Priyanka Gandhi did before Amethi and Raebareli went to polls. So, of course, this credit should be given to KL Sharma as well for winning, if at all he, you know, for winning the seat. But a similar sort of tweet was made by Priyanka Gandhi back then when KL Sharma's name was announced. Then also Priyanka Gandhi
at
referred
the
to KL
Samajwadi
Sharma
Party headquarters in Lucknow.
KL Bhaiya.
I mean, Samajwadi Party is, of course, the
Yes.
story as
Of
far
this
as this
election.
election is
Yes,
concerned.
absolutely.
And there are two important parallels that you see. When the Congress came back in 2009 with a thumping majority, they came, I mean, with the UPA coming back in the power. It was Andhra Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Congress won 21 seats in Uttar
Absolutely.
Pradesh. And this time when you look at the fortunes of the Congress party, along
It's
with
turning-
Samajwadi, it's turning in Uttar
Uttar
Pradesh.
Pradesh.
For the Congress or the opposition to do well, the underline is Uttar Pradesh is the state where you have to turn your fortunes. And
Hilal?
KL Sharma,
Yes.
KL Sharma, just one quick anecdote about him. He's a man from Punjab. In 1984, Rajiv Gandhi, along with 150 volunteers, when he fought in one Amethi, got KL Sharma along with 150 volunteers to be stationed in Amethi for better governance when the Congress was taking over in power. Most of those people, 150 volunteers, have either left politics or have become very big leaders. Many became PCC chief and ministers. KL Sharma, for the last 40 years, man from Punjab, has made Amethi and Raebareli his home.
Zameen
And today
ka
it has come
that's
to
what we
fruition.
keep saying, dyed in the wool Congress leader.
Yeah.
Hilal, the message that is coming in, whatever the criticism, the Congress may have got its Amethi strategy right. And the margin is only increasing. It's now 95,000 votes with which Smriti Irani is trailing.
I think it was a very interesting and strategic choice not to contest, not to field Rahul Gandhi from Amethi, rather from Raebareli. It worked. But, the larger point about the UP is that UP has got two significances. One is that UP is significant in terms of number of seats. Second is that the political narrative always gets some kind of attraction from UP. So you cannot ignore the kind of space that is provided to any narrative to succeed. If you compare 2009 and 2019 with this election, you will certainly get that the narrative that was actually nurtured in UP somehow became the national narrative. Not merely about the seat, it is about the message.
It's interestingly, this time, look at just before the election started, nobody would have given even one seat to the Congress party in Uttar Pradesh. They're at this moment standing at 8. That's a +7. Last time it was only Raebareli, the seat that they were able to win. Just staying with UP, because as I said, it's a fascinating story. All right, what we'll do at this moment, I think in just a moment from now, Mr. Rijiju is going to join us. We've been waiting for him. Okay, I've just been told in 30 seconds he's going to join us. Our Senior Managing Editor Nikunj Garg, in fact, is going to speak to him. Just in those 10 seconds, Sanesh, stay on with us, because when we come back, we would like to see the atmosphere at the Samajwadi Party headquarters, because that's the story. Akhilesh Yadav, though he was making a lot of claims, but yesterday he did say that there are at least 40 seats that the Samajwadi Party is winning. His number is bang on.
As we build up to that big interview which is coming in shortly, we are slipping into a short break. Stay with us. The first reaction from the Modi government is coming. So stay with us. That big exclusive coming in a moment.
On the day India counts its votes on one of the most challenging elections, at least history is being made today, I am joined by at least one union minister who's leading by a huge margin. Mr. Rijiju, welcome to NDTV. First of all, congratulations to you. You are leading by...
Thank you very much.
You are leading in lakhs. Now, since you are a very senior representative of the government now and of the Bharatiya Janata Party too, veteran MP of the BJP, Mr. Rijiju, sum up for me and my viewers, how do you see the election so far? How do you see the trends that have emerged so far?
Well, in my home state in Arunachal Pradesh, we are completely winning the election as per our expectation. But other states, as being reported by media and the Election Commission website, there seems to be some result or some trend which are totally against what we had expected. But overall, the mood and the support base, if you see the entire NDA, there is a very clear-cut case that Modi ji will become Prime Minister for the third time. and it is a historic moment despite so much of negative campaign by the opposition parties trying to wipe up the sentiments of different kinds, playing all kind of negative politics, but still Modi's leadership is being cemented, seem to be, by the people of India. So it's a very clear-cut case that Modi will become the Prime Minister of India for the third consecutive time.
So big headline there, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, you are giving us. You're the first Union Minister who has come out and openly said that Mr. Narendra Modi is becoming the Prime Minister of India for the third consecutive time. Again, as I said, history being made there. First time, again, after Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's multiple terms, this would be the epoch-making elections. However, Mr. Rijiju, many neutral observers would say that this is at best, and I choose my words carefully here, at best, a mixed bag of a result for you, your party, as in not for you individually, you are scoring a thumping majority, but for your party and the NDA. Would you agree with that summation, Mr. Rijiju?
See, Nikunj, in a democratic setup, we have to follow the norms, whatever is being practiced in a democratic system. And in a democracy, the mandate of the people is the guiding principles for all of us to function. In democracy, it is said that voice of the God is same as voice of the people. So voice of the people means voice of the God. We are guided by the people's decision. So whatever result comes, we will humbly accept and then continue to serve the nation. And remember, Nikunj, we will never have a leader like Modi ji again. And from a precarious economic political condition in 2014, India has emerged as a very strong and stable nation. And today the whole global world look up to India for economic stability. And moreover, inside the country, Modi ji has ushered in an era of peace and prosperity for last 10 years. So the same trend will continue in the future. I am absolutely clear and confident that in Modi ji's third term, India will achieve many more milestones, because in the last 6 decades of Congress and their allies rule in India, they reduced India to a poor nation. India's capacity and ability is much more than what the Congress party has reduced India into. So the third term will ensure that India's growth trajectory will get further momentum, and we are looking forward to serve the nation under the leadership of Modi ji. So let us be very clear that Modi ji will serve the nation again as the Prime Minister for the third time.
Mr. Rijiju, it's interesting that you say that you will continue the reforms or the progressive policies of your government in the third term. However, this will now not be a BJP government. As it stands today, as it stands at this moment at least, you are falling well short of a majority. Now, in that case, Mr. Rijiju, NDA will form the government. Many will say that it will still be a BJP NDA government. But do remember that coalition politics, which will be the NDA politics, will have its own compulsions. And you, Mr. Rijiju, have been a cabinet minister of some very senior portfolios, law minister, prior to that, junior minister in the Ministry of Home Affairs, the most sensitive ministry in the government. Then now you still hold 2 portfolios concurrently. You know the politics that goes inside a cabinet in running the government. How do you see those challenges coming to the fore and play, Mr. Rijiju?
See, if you look at Modi ji's policy as well as his style of functioning, he believes in sabka saath, sabka vikas. It is only opposition parties who are trying to portray in a different manner. Modi ji always takes everybody along. It is Modi ji who said that it is not a battle for BJP alone, it is the NDA. So from the day one, of course, BJP had its own target, but the whole campaign is the NDA family. So it is Modi ji who has brought the entire NDA family together to ensure that India doesn't lose its momentum. The ability of Modi ji to take everybody along, not only political parties. Modi ji takes along everyone, even those who are not in the political system. They are also widely consulted and their confidence are taken into, and then they run the administration. So Modi ji's philosophy of taking along everybody with the spirit of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is the mantra with which India is going forward. So let us not make any mistake by undermining anything out of this result, and we are waiting for the final result to come. Still the counting process is still going on, but we must always believe that the mandate of the people will be always respected, and India will continue to grow under the leadership of Modi ji. And Modi ji has the ability to make the whole country united to deal with any kind of situation. Some people may try to break the country and create divisions and fissures in the society, but Modi ji believes in Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas.
So you think, Mr. Rijiju, that's an interesting point you make. You think, that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas will now also apply to the political allies. Now let me also put you a political question, Mr. Rijiju, और ये सवाल मैं आपसे हिंदी में पूछूंगा क्योंकि हमारे सहयोगी चैनल NDTV इंडिया जो है वो भी आपके साथ में आपको जोड़ना चाहता है अपने साथ में. मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ मिस्टर रिजिजू, ये देखते हुए कि इस समय आपके जो दो बड़े आखिरी मिनट के अलाइज हैं एक तरह से, जैसे कि चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी जिनसे आपका अलायंस ऑलमोस्ट आखिरी हफ्तों में स्टिच हुआ, उसी तरह से नीतीश कुमार जो इंडिया छोड़ के आपके पास आए, दोनों तकरीबन इतने नंबर्स ला रहे हैं जिनको मिलाकर के आपकी सरकार का काम पूरा हो जाएगा. ये अभी की स्थिति है, अभी की स्थिति के बारे में हम बात कर सकते हैं, शाम तक हो सकता है ये स्थिति बदल जाए. ऐसी स्थिति में आपको लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं अगर ये एलाइज ना होते तो ये चुनाव आपके हाथ से स्लिप भी कर सकता था?
नहीं, ये इस तरह का आंकलन करना सही नहीं है. अभी तो इलेक्शन रिजल्ट अभी तो आया नहीं, अभी तो ट्रेंड चल रहे हैं, और जैसे ट्रेंड आते जाएंगे तो नतीजा भी उसके हिसाब से धीरे धीरे आते रहेंगे. लेकिन मेरा इतना कहना है कि मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में सारा एनडीए ने चुनाव लड़ा, और मोदी जी के नेतृत्व को देश ने भरोसा करके फिर से एनडीए को मेजॉरिटी देने का कगार पे है. तो इस पे कोई कन्फ्यूजन हम लोगों का मन में नहीं होना चाहिए कि जिस तरीके से प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी ने पूरे देश को एकजुट रख करके और हर समाज को साथ में समावित करते हुए सबका साथ सबका विकास के मंत्र से जिस तरीके से 10 साल में एक नई दिशा भारत को दिया है और बहुत मजबूत राष्ट्र के रूप में भारत उभर के आए हैं, तो आगे भी मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में देश और आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे. सब लोग यही चाहेंगे, हम सिर्फ नहीं, हर एक भारतीय यही चाहेंगे कि मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत एक ताकतवर राष्ट्र के रूप में उभर के आएंगे.
कम से कम आपकी ये बात जो सब भारतीय चाहेंगे, वोट परसेंटेज में ज़रूर दिखाई दे रही है. बीजेपी और 46% के आसपास के वोट शेयर में जा रही है. हालांकि हमें ये भूलना नहीं चाहिए, पहला चुनाव है जिसमें शायद दोनों बड़े धड़े जो हैं वो 40% से ऊपर वोट लेकर के बैठे हैं इस समय तक. मिस्टर रिजिजू, ये एक दिस इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग दैट यू से कि एनडीए के एकजुट होने और एनडीए के मिस्टर मोदी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ने पे किसी को शक नहीं होना चाहिए, क्योंकि सारे एनडीए ने मिस्टर मोदी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ा. लेकिन ये बात आपके एलाइज भी मानते हैं क्या मिस्टर रिजिजू?
अरे सब इसमें मानने नहीं मानने का बात ही नहीं है ना. इसमें तो मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ही हम चुनाव लड़े हैं, और मोदी जी हर एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में जाते हैं तो वो सिर्फ वो बीजेपी कैंडिडेट के लिए नहीं, वो एनडीए कैंडिडेट्स के लिए भी उतना ही मोदी जी प्रचार किया है जितना एक बीजेपी का कैंडिडेट के लिए किया है. इसलिए इसमें कोई कन्फ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए, और इसमें कुछ लोग तरह तरह का बातें करने का कोशिश करेंगे, इसमें कोई दम नहीं है, क्योंकि एकजुट होकर के एनडीए ने मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ा है. तो मोदी जी के नेतृत्व का तो कोई मुकाबला तो है नहीं देश में. जो आपका जो इंडी गठबंधन है वो तो अभी से लड़ने लग गया है. वो चुनाव में तो आप देखा है, कोई ना पश्चिम बंगाल में साथ है, ना पंजाब में साथ है, ना केरला में साथ है. उनका तो एक कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी गठबंधन है. अब आप केरला में जाके देखिए, वो कांग्रेस और कम्युनिस्ट के बीच में कितना मारकाट है. अब बंगाल में जाइए, कांग्रेस और तृणमूल के बीच में क्या हालत है। पंजाब में जाके देखिए, आम आदमी और कांग्रेस के बीच में कितना गाला गाली चलते हैं। तो उसमें तो कोई अलायंस तो था नहीं, वो तो एक अपॉर्चुनिस्टिक अलायंस बनाया चुनाव के लिए, सिर्फ कुर्सी के लिए। लेकिन एनडीए तो कुर्सी के लिए नहीं, देश बनाने के लिए चुनाव लड़ा है। इसलिए एनडीए में तो आपने देखा नहीं होगा कहीं भी एनडीए के दलों के बीच में कोई कटास हो, कोई मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग, कोई आपस में तालमेल का कोई कमी तो दिखाई नहीं दिया। लेकिन जो इंडिया गठबंधन जो आप लोग कहते हैं, उसमें तो पूरा विरोधाभास है। इसमें तो चुनाव लड़ने से पहले ही वो एक साथ नहीं थे, और आगे तो टूट फूट होकर तो वो तो साथ में काम नहीं कर सकते। वो तो जो परिवारवाद को मानने वाले डायनेस्टिक पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज लोग मिलकर के मोदी जी को गिराने का जो कोशिश किया है, देश तो मानेगा नहीं ना। ऐसा परिस्थिति में देश और मजबूत से मोदी जी के साथ खड़ा होंगे। आप आगे देखते रहिए, मोदी जी किसी भी हालत से भारत का तीसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री बन के देश को बहुत आगे ले जाएंगे। और
ये इंटरेस्टिंग है मिस्टर रिजिजू दैट यू ब्रिंग मी टू दिस पॉइंट ऑफ डायनेस्टीज इन उत्तर प्रदेश, in the state where it is said that decides the political future of India. Heir of Mr. Mulayam Singh and Samajwadi Party's young leader Akhilesh Yadav has certainly stunned BJP. And you have a state government there. BJP was banking on Ram Temple as well to put wind in its sails. What has gone wrong, Mr. Rijiju? Many people will say that, the Uttar Pradesh results are completely diametrically opposite to what you people were expecting all along.
No, it is difficult to analyze the result right now because it is only the election trend which are coming. Let the result come, and party leadership will look into all the things, because election is not one time. Election is a continuous process. We have municipal election, panchayat elections, then Lok Sabha, Vidhan Sabha. So in India, we have a vibrant democracy which keeps on having different kind of elections, and it gives different result at different time. But what I'm saying is the fundamental point where NDA has gone to this election with a complete understanding as a team, whereas the India Alliance they just formed a group without any kind of understanding or any kind of similarities. They are opportunistic parties coming together for the sake of occupying the power. So there's a huge difference between NDA and the India Alliance. You can't compare. I won't even call India Alliance as a proper formal alliance, because they are fighting each other before election, now and the future also.
They are fighting amongst each other, and NDA expanded at the last moment. We saw probably the largest number of parties joining NDA before the NDA finally took its latest shape. But Mr. Rijiju, an alliance will remain an alliance, and one will have to keep in mind that the alliances perform quite differently from what a single party or single party majority government performs. However, my question to you is slightly different. My question to you, Mr. Rijiju, is that many people, including the pollsters, had written off the regional parties. In the northeast also, Sikkim saw the massive mandate for a regional party. In the entire country also, we are almost seeing the resurgence of regional parties, be it Andhra, be it Uttar Pradesh, be it some other North Indian states even put together. Do you think that India is now going back to a coalition era? Many neutral observers are saying that this is the return of coalition era. Do you agree with that summation, Mr. Rijiju, or would you have differing views on that?
Nikunj, as I had said earlier, before the final result is out, it is difficult for me or for anybody to make a political analysis of the ongoing election result. In a way, different states have different sentiments and different compositions and different political formations. So in some areas, regional parties are strong. In many areas, national parties are strong. But one thing is very clear, that BJP is today the only pan-India national party. Congress is reduced to a very insignificant party in many of the states and union territories. So if you see that it's only because of Modi ji's leadership that the party has grown from North and Western centric party to pan-India party now. So I'm very proud as a member of Bharatiya Janata Party that today we have a party and a Prime Minister under whose leadership the country is standing unitedly and also marching ahead as a proud nation. So let us not mix up about the leadership and some of the regional parties winning some of the seats in the some pockets of our country. But overall, you can ask anybody. It is across the country where people believe that Modi ji is the only national leader today who can fulfill the aspiration of the people of India.
Mr. Rijiju, before I let you go, I know you are a busy man today. You will have to not only track the results of your own constituency, but entire Northeast and then some of your cabinet colleagues as well. Before I let you go, let me ask you one question. One question that is in the mind, or rather topmost in the minds of many, and one question that some people are trying to answer on their own. Do you think this entire slogan of Ab ki baar 400 par somehow was taken into a zone which made it as if there is something completely negative aligned to it, and that boomeranged on your party, Mr. Rijiju?
No, this kind of assessment and this kind of observation may not be true, because the winning and losing of elections are because of many reasons. Many things can be attributed to election victory as well as election loss. But because the expectation was so high, so people may think that the NDA has not crossed 400. But NDA is winning the election. That is a big thing. In politics, in Hindi also you have heard saying, no, jo jita wo Sikandar. So winning election as a as a true democrat, as a person, as a citizen of this country, we believe in fighting the election in the true spirit of democracy, and we will go by the mandate of the people. So let us not go into deep analysis of the election right now, because most of the seats are still showing the trend. It's not the final result yet. So let us wait for some more time.
Very much, Mr. Rijiju. Mr. Rijiju says, "Jo jeeta wahi Sikandar," and he says, "Let's wait for a final word on the elections, which will crystallize." Thank you very much, as always, Mr. Rijiju. Kind and nice of you to join NDTV.
Thank you. Thank you.